everyone. I wanted to give another video with I think 5 more reward systems, and these are something that you can paint very simply without having to worry about being fancy or artistic. Um, just sort of some basic designs. So just want to get through these real quick. The first one that is my most recent one and the kids love is the Hungry Monster. Okay. Oops, get the glare off here. The Hungry Monster, of course, starts with no food in his mouth. And then you do a good job, he eats. And of course I gotta make the like nom, 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 nom noise, to really, add the effect. I had one girl this morning. She became very sad as this reward continued because she felt bad for the food. So I guess that's my fault because I gave them eyeballs to make them, real. Anyways, okay, so that's very simple. You can make any shape monster you want. The only requirement is to have a big black hole mouth. And I specifically made these foam pieces very simple. I literally cut out a piece of foam, put another little circle just to give it some color, eyeball thingy, and then a magnet. Simple as pie. Another one that I made very simple is build a snowman. Okay. See, there's not a lot of painting or fanciness required. I just painted some white, hills and blue background and some dots to show, to kind of like it's snowing. The glisten of the snow is just some glistening glitter stuff I grabbed at the dollar bin at Target and thought, oh, that would be perfect. So you do something good and you get to build the snowman. So I've got the bottom, again, you know how I feel about the sparklies, so I got to hold this up. This is just from a foam pack I bought. $5, and it came with like 20 different pieces of different colored sparkle foam. Oh yeah, I had to get me some of that. So there's that. And then the second piece. Okay. And then this has happened with like half of the kids. They get really excited at this point, right? And I'm showing them the snowman. And then they're like, head, it needs a head. And I'm like, oh, okay. How about an arm? And they're like, no, a head. So 2 more things. They get an arm, and then towards the end of class, you get a head. All this requires is you make a snowman out of foam. It can look and be whatever you want it to be. Each piece has a magnet on the back. And for the arms, I cut shapes of the little strip magnets instead of, obviously they're too thin to be glued onto a big round magnet. So that's that one. Okay, next, also very simple. There's not a lot of fancy painting here. I got this idea just sort of from kind of like Candyland was sort of my idea, but this was the simple version that I decided to go with. Basically, they start on the cloud, and the object is to get to the pot of gold. And so every star space on the game board is a star on the classroom. So they do something good. You do here and here, star. And then I thought this one was fun. Like, boop, star. Okay, so I just sketched that out with a pencil, painted it, and then I took a little bit of gold paint. I painted that, and then I, threw some gold powdery glitter stuff down on it. And simple as that. Boop. It's a hit. Easy. Okay, and the next one, now I don't often buy pre-made things, but at the dollar bin at Target a month or 2 ago, I found, some of you probably have, I found these little, all these little animals that come in 3s. And so, okay, so it's adorable. You build an animal. It's so cute. It came with like 12 animals. So I picked the 6 that I liked, or I think 5, and I just painted a quick. Now yours, you can paint very simple palm trees. It does not have to be anything big deal. I did it on black so the animals would stand out more. And it's just basically, I'm saying you're building your own jungle kind of a thing. You're getting your animals. And so I do one as an example, and then I show them that I build, every time they do, and it's like, okay, yeah, you build an animal. And then it's fun because I would put this one and they have to, obviously the bigger kids figure it out right away, but for the little kids, it's like you get the feet and let's try to figure out what animal it is and what's it called. And then there's one that is a parrot, so I kind of stick it up in the tree kind of a thing. But anyway, so these are really cute. I guess I'm not really going to take the time to show each one of them because I have class in 8 minutes. Anyway, so this was a while ago, so I don't know if they're still around, but this is the idea. And it's super cute when they're all lined up down here. It's really fun, and there's so much you can add to the lesson using the reward system. What sound does a monkey? Let's put the monkey on. Ooh, ah. I mean, Okay. The last one is sort of a twist on the cupcake one I already did. And I decided that since my girls especially love the cupcake, I thought what I would do is do a cake. So I had already painted the cupcake on. So I made a base of a cake. I couldn't paint the cake on. It had to be tall enough to cover the cupcake. So I start like this. You're going to make a cake. And then the first reward, I kind of do this, and I real quick take this one off. And I put on the one that I've already decorated. So it doesn't look like I've done anything other than add the decorations, which of course I can't do with the magnets because it's on top of foam. So anyway, I have it pre-made, and there you go. There's the base of the cake. And then the second thing is some frosting drizzle. Okay, so I put that right there. And the magnet is just above the cake. So it sits sort of on top. Okay. And then, oops, my foam's kind of, See, this is why I don't use the sticky back foam. Always hot glue. So then they get the next layer. All right, I'm doing this fast, but you get the idea. And then they get the next tier of the cake. Okay, so that. And then towards the end of class, good job, blah, blah, blah. And they get the little cake topper and and then of course we have to pretend to eat it. I have a little plastic fork. Okay, so 5 new rewards. Hopefully this is something just easy, and it requires the time to prime and paint and then finish the cookie sheets. But again, these are so cheap. Foam's cheap, the cookie sheets are cheap, and so anyway, hope that gave you some ideas. Till next time, bye bye.